So over 2 years ago, I reviewed the Sharpin Ultra, link in the video description below. That was a pinball kit that came with a 22-inch screen and an Android box. This right here is the Sharpin Mini version 3 pinball kit. This is meant to be used with the 10 or 11-inch tablet, just running virtual pinball games using the applications on your Google Play or Android store to play games such as Pinball Arcade, Zen Studios, and much, much more. These Sharpin pinball kits are always fun to put together. They're also very, very simple. I think anyone can do this just following their instructions, and all you need is a Phillips head screwdriver and time and patience. The artwork I was disappointed in. They just kind of shoved it here in the box. This should have been rolled up with a rubber band around it or something of that nature because my artwork got smashed. I'll show you how that impacted the artwork installation. Now, this mini pinball kit that I have here usually retails for $129 euros because this is from a company that is overseas from us here in the States. They run sales all the time. I had picked this up when they had stuff on sale for $99 euros. The typical $129 euro price is around $140 in United States currency, and that's just for the pinball kit itself, plus all the hardware, buttons, encoder boards, etc. You can purchase, they have a full kit, which is more money. I think it's about $230 euros, and that actually comes with a tablet. But if you're going to bring your own tablet, all you need is the cabinet kit itself. Now, you will need, again, a 10 or 11-inch Android tablet to play. I would recommend if you're going to buy this, you might as well just buy the full kit from them and use their Android tablet, because you know it's going to work with everything that they are supplying and mount easily, etc. If you're going to bring your own tablet, this is interesting. This is the board that the tablet's going to sit on. They have these adjustable bolts with washers. And what's interesting is, depending on the size and thickness of your tablet, you'll be able to set this to kind of, hold it in place against the frame of the pinball machine, which I'll show you a little bit later in the video. It's an interesting, cheesy setup, but it kind of works. You can leave it as just a plain black cabinet. You can get your own custom artwork, or they supply at least this basic artwork, which in my opinion, it looks pretty cool. Sharpin Pinball Arcade on there. And yes, I had some errors in cutting this artwork, which made me very, very mad, but that's my fault, not theirs. You cut the artwork, and then you go ahead and you place it on the boards like so, and you can go ahead and cut out your buttonholes and stuff. That's where you see some holes in the artwork there in the center right there. That's for the buttons. That's meant to be there. I had to cut out the holes, etc. As you can see here, that side looks great. This is the side that had gotten beat up during travel. I should have flattened it before I installed it. And again, in regards to the assembly, it's a very easy process, just using a Phillips head screwdriver and the screws that are included with the kits. Make sure you get everything lined up like so. This is how I would recommend doing the installation, and then lining up the screws with the holes, and then go ahead and get everything tightened and put together. I will have to say one nice charming thing about the Sharpin virtual pinball kits is the assembly process. It might be intimidating for some people. Some people just want to take stuff out of the box and play with it. But, have it plug and play ready to go. But, in my opinion, it's always fun doing stuff like this because you get to learn as you go and take pride in your work and all that kinds of stuff. As you can see here, things are coming together nicely. Now let's get that middle board in. And again, we're just doing a quick overview. I don't think a full step-by-step tutorial is necessary for this product, provided you follow the instructions that come with the product. Here's that middle board, and as you can see here, here's where those bolts and washers are going to kind of hold your tablet in place, and you can tighten them and make them, shorter, longer, depending on the size and thickness of your tablet. They do provide the Encoder-Board, all the buttons, as well as the wires to get you set up and going, but keep in mind these are those cheap Baolin buttons. These aren't anything special, anything fancy, but they do the job for this particular project. Here's the USB encoder that they provide, and what's really cool about this USB encoder is it's compatible with multiple platforms, depending on your setup and how you want to use these. I went ahead and I used double-sided sticky tape, that way I could get this mounted onto the board like so, because the tablet's going to sit over top of it. And we got that mounted right here. We just need to find our cable and plug it in. And of course, the zero delay encoder board comes with the cable that we need with the USB extension at the end to plug into our tablet. Okay, before you start installing your button wires, well, you need to reference this sheet. This sheet is very important, don't lose it. As you can see here, depending upon the USB connection port, whether it's a micro USB or USB-C, etc., you're going to run and plug in your wires in different locations. So for me, the tablet I'm using has a USB-C port, so I'm going to follow the instructions right here on the right for where to plug in all of my buttons and wires. And when you're done, it should look something like this. We have all of our wires. We have a back button and a launch button, or A button, on the front of the pinball machine. We also have our flipper and nudge buttons on both sides. And keep in mind, they do provide you a USB-A to USB-C adapter, as well as they provide you a USB-A to USB micro USB adapter as well. That way you can plug this into the ports on your Android tablet. You can go ahead and screw down the bezel now, and then now it's time to install the side rails. That bezel looks great, by the way, sitting on top of there, and there will be a slot in the back for us to install or slide in our Android tablet. This really pissed me off right here with these side rails. They put these barcode stickers on the side rails, and they're stuck on there with a very, very strong adhesive, so they pull apart, they come off in pieces, and then I had to go get a bunch of Goo Gone from underneath my kitchen counter. Not everybody has that on hand, guys like me do. And sure enough, I had to clean and wipe these off with Goo Gone to get rid of all the residue to get these side rails mounted. Take a look at that. Just absolutely annoying step added to the process. Here's what it looks like after I wiped it down with some Goo Gone. It's still got to dry a little bit, but we got, I would say, about 90-95% of that residue off. There's still a little bit of it there, which I find ultra annoying. But it's nice to have side rails, though. I will admit that. Adds a little bit more of a real look to these mini pinball machines. All you got to do is peel the double-sided sticky adhesive 3M tape on the bottom of the side rails, and then go ahead and mount it. And as you can see right here, we're just going to slide our tablet into this slot, plug it into the USB, and we'll be playing pinball. And of course, on your Android tablet, you'll have access to Zen Studios, Pinball Arcade, Zakaria Pinball. They all have Android apps where you can purchase, legally play, download, and play a bunch of pinball games that'll all be compatible with this USB encoder board, and everything should be working. Sometimes some of the apps, I don't know if the nudge works or not, but what's nice about these tablets is a lot of tablets have built-in accelerometers, for like whenever you're playing on your phone, so you can actually truly give the tablet or the mini pinball machine a shake, and it should activate the nudge function for you. And you may have noticed in that last camera shot, at the very end of that last camera shot, if you don't have the bottom bolts with the washers pressed firmly up against the tablet, then if you do actually try to physically nudge the machine, your tablet could slide around like it did during that last camera shot. I had to go in and make an adjustment and make it a little bit tighter to hold it in place. Another thing to keep in mind is if it's a 10 to 11 inch Android tablet, it should work. Pretty much any brand out there should work, but for some reason, Amazon Fire tablets, it does not like. So would not recommend if you have like an Amazon Fire HD 10, which I had purchased originally before I unboxed this thing, and then remembered, oh yeah, that's right, Amazon tablets don't work with this, because they really don't like that encoder board for some reason. But pretty much every other Android tablet out there should work with the encoder boards and get you up and running. Overall, if you're looking for a fun desktop pinball machine kit, build it yourself, and have the money to spare, this could be a product for you. It's a little bit high priced, $140 normally. I would recommend waiting for a sale, because again, you still have to pay for shipping to get this thing to you from overseas, so it gets even more expensive for just a kit. And I would recommend just buying whatever tablet comes with it. Just like when I bought the Sharpin Ultra, I got the one with the 22-inch monitor, plus the B-Link drive, all that stuff included. Makes for less hassle-free installs and things like that. So, but then again, if you want to save some money, bring your own tablet. This is a fun product, but I'm not going to tell you to rush out there and go get it. But it's an interesting way to play desktop pinball using Android pinball apps. Let me know what you guys think. Give me your thoughts, feedback, reactions below. If you enjoyed this product review, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up on the way out. And as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing.